Welcome to A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host, Monique Robinson, where we highlight, celebrate, and recognize students from all over the country who are doing great things in the classroom, community, and athletics. Every student deserves an opportunity for hope and a future. So let's celebrate our students, the next generation of teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, and future leaders. Join us on another incredible segment of A Better Chance for Youth show with your host, Monique Robinson.
Welcome, everybody. Today we are actually going live, so you know when we go live, it must mean that it is something important happening. Now look, if my guests, they probably come on here a little bit better dressed than me, but today I just wanted you all to see my shirt that somebody gave me. I thought it was cute. Anywho, focus, Monique, focus. So we have a very special announcement today. Those of you all who actually follow the things that we do outside of A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated, we actually launched a book. So the book project is mainly for educators, and it's kind of like a two-part thing. Those who know, I am an educator, have been for several years. And along the way, I met some really, really amazing educators who are all unique and special in their own way. And they were like powerhouse teachers. So I invited them to join in this project. But most importantly, I wanted them to tell their story on our platform. So our first guest that we have today is absolutely no stranger. It's kind of like everything is coming full circle with this HBCU advocacy educators. And then actually, it's like this person is one of my closest friends in this advocacy world. So today, the mentee got to, kind of help the mentor in this project. So let's welcome to our show, our first guest today. No introduction needed. Like, he's part of the reason why I do everything I do, because he taught me, but I had to kind of coach through this process. So let's welcome Mr. Anthony Brown.
Well, hello, how are you, Monique? Or Dr. Robinson?
I know it's weird when people say that sometimes. Is that my name? They talk about me. No.
I know, right?
So, Anthony, how are you? How are you doing? How's the weather in Cleveland?
Listen, first of all, I am absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
Today is a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh, cool.
The sun was shining. Listen, the birds were singing. Might have been a little brisk for a moment, but all is well. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Oh, that's good. That's absolutely. So I had to do my little intro, because I finally. Well, you know how it is. I mean, I always am one of those that like to give people their flowers while they're living. Like, I don't want to ever be said that Monique did not thank somebody that helped her along the way. And I always
if I can help somebody as I travel along. Yes.
See, now you don't went there. You don't went way back. But anywho, so I had to make it known, like, even before our pre-show, before we started today, I was telling people that, Anthony is honestly the reason why I have a television show. ABC Youth is where they are. And they was like, how? I said, because I called. Ever since that call, it's just we've been joined at the hip. And then our birthdays are a day apart. So, it's kind of
exactly.
20. Anyway. So, Anthony, how do you feel? Like, you not just one book, but this is your second book. You big guy.
Second book, OMG, right?
Yes. So this is second book. Now, we do have some of the authors that are coming on today to tell their story too. And I'm proud of all of them. I know.
Right. I'm just living in, I'm just trying to catch all of the blessings from, I'm just trying to catch it. I'm the salsa trying to catch it all.
So we're actually going to have all of them come on and, talk a little bit with them. And then we're going to go into like our discussion. So,
okay.
Because, they.
All right, but look, I'm a guest today. I am.
Ain't a guest. You're never a guest. So, coming first, let's bring on Miss Latanya Henry.
Okay,
Latanya Henry. Let's bring her on.
let's do that.
Uh-oh. You trusted my glasses. We might not find her, but no, I'm just playing. Hey, Miss Latanya, how are you?
Hello. Good evening.
Good
How are
evening.
you? Yes.
And so, like everybody, before the pre-show, I was telling people that every author that is in this project, I'm connected to in some way. So I met Miss Latanya at a church function. I was a panelist, I believe, and they were talking about authors and educators and things like that. And so Miss Latanya, after the thing, she bought 2 books, and she was like, "How do I become an author?" I was like, "You serious?"
That's what she said.
Yeah, she said, "You serious?" And so, and that's how she became. Last year, she was on our board. And she still probably work with us regardless, but life and things like that, she was like, "Look, I got so much going on, I can't be on the board, but I'm still gonna be a part of ABC." I said, "I know, we ain't letting you go nowhere anyway." But
We appreciate y'all your work. We appreciate
So-
all your support and love.
that's Miss Latanya. And
Yes.
then we have oh Lord, we have Adia is on the project too. So let's welcome Adia to the show.
Let's bring on Adia.
Hey.
How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you?
Listen, we woke up this morning.
Yes,
That part.
Oh Lord.
that part.
So Anthony, I met Adia because we used to work together. We almost got, I promise, it's old, so they can't prove it anyway. And the teachers probably got over it by now. But her and I almost got fired on our first day of work. I had to tell you offline that story.
Yes, you do. Uh-huh.
But it's so funny, but it's truthful. Like, if you're a teacher, make sure you know what time you go on to happy hour. Go to happy hour at the right time. I just put it that way. Thank God I don't drink, and everybody know I don't drink.
Listen, well, is there, but the question is there a right time? Because there's always happy hour somewhere.
Not going there with you. Refuse to go there with you today. I refuse.
All right.
And then I don't know, we have one more author in the back, and she actually is a powerhouse in the field of social studies. And I had the pleasure of working with her at a school here locally in San Antonio, and that's Ms. V. Lewis.
Let's bring her on.
Hello.
Hey, Ms. Lewis.
How are you?
Wonderful.
So these are all our fabulous authors, and I honestly appreciate you all much for writing, for trusting the process. And some of you all, like, the orders be going off all the time. I said, okay, I guess they doing their own book signing, and that's good. I'm happy about it. So after our first commercial break, we're gonna get into our discussion, because we just have to talk about some of these subjects together, because education is so broad and you can't really just answer some of the questions by yourself. And I am honestly, from the bottom of my heart, before we go to commercial, I just want to tell you all thank you, and I appreciate you all. And people are already requesting issue 2, so we'll talk about that later.
Celebrate the excellence of HBCUs with the HBCU Trivia Game. This board game provides an exciting and educational way to learn about notable alumni, historical events, sports news, and more. This trivia game is sure to be a hit and perfect for college-bound youth, alumni, and the entire family. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support, educate, and entertain Get the HBCU Trivia Game today. Go to hbcutriviagame.net to order.
Welcome back. I am here with, I guess I would say, all of the newly published authors. Some of us have published a couple of books already, and I hope that they will share that information when we get to our final moment segment. But our first discussion question is, and you can Speak at your own. What inspired you to share your story in this publication? Like, what message did you hope for it to bring to people reading?
Monique, you may have to call them out because they're gonna sit here.
I know they're gonna sit here like in church, like you in Sunday school. I ain't gonna read because I don't want them calling me.
We just gonna put them on the spot, and whoever on the screen is who's gonna talk.
Yep, 1, 2, 3. You it tag.
Okay. I always wanted. I have previously written a couple of books, but I always wanted to do one on education, mainly because parents to see what we actually go through, and I wanted educators to feel seen, knowing like we're in this journey together.
Oh, okay, that's a hot one.
That's good.
We're in this journey together. She said, "We're in this love together." Okay, no, just kidding.
No, algebra.
What about you, Miss V. Lewis?
Well, I have always had a passion and a desire to write. I just haven't gotten started, and I thank God for Monique giving me this opportunity. However, after 23 years in the military, teaching has always been a part of my, I guess, passion with my children in church settings. And so getting in the classroom and really seeing what goes on in the classroom as an educator is important too, for those that's desiring to be educators, to see the reality of it. And it's more than teaching ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. You deal with a lot. As I wrote in my chapter, you deal with a lot. And sometimes you're more than just a teacher. A lot of times you are. You're a mentor. You're a counselor. And so it's real. It's real in the classroom, just like it's real at home. So that's my passion behind it.
Okay. And look at Latanya, like, yeah, it's about that passion.
Yeah.
She's like, I agree with you.
I do. I agree, and that's the reason why why I'm really blessed to have participated in this. This is my first time being an author, as you already heard. I, unlike my counterparts here, work in higher ed, so I'm not privy to the life of the classroom K-12. But I see the students as they are getting ready to enter into college, and the opportunity to help them navigate higher education and help them to sort of develop as a college student, kind of growing into being an adult. Those are things that I feel very privileged to have a hand in, that guide, because I was a first gen student and I didn't have that. I had to navigate all of that all by myself. So I really appreciate the opportunity to do this and to help people do it, who may not have had a mentor.
That's good. That is.
Look at Monique, but I guess.
So Anthony, you just gonna slide by and not answer it, huh? Like,
you know what? I was so caught up in the ladies and what they were saying. I didn't forgot the question, so don't worry about me.
See what I mean? Didn't I tell y'all you had, this is so like unscripted. Just be yourself. What inspired you to share your story?
I think I was bullied. Monique told me I had to do it.
I plead the fifth. Miss Latanya, I said whatever you hear, it is not.
Listen, I probably would say that. You know what? Before we even go there, hold on. Wait a minute. Before we even go there, we got one more of our authors who just joined us. Better late than never. Listen, she better been out there dropping some fries, and and she has some orders to take before she got here. So let's bring on Dr. Crystal Paul. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, y'all.
I'm assuming you was taking orders. That's why you wasn't here.
No, long story short, I literally just flew back in. My flight landed at 6:20. Getting from the airport, I went to go see my mom. My mom is battling stage 2 breast cancer, and so I just had to lay my eyes on her for the long weekend. So I went to see her, and then I had a chamber meeting that I had to jump into at 7 and talk to them for updates on the chamber. We're trying to launch the new website, and then I told them I got to jump into another meeting. So
Oh, listen. Thank you for being here today. Listen. So, well, first of all, we're going to continue to pray and uplift your mom during
thank
this time.
thank
I
you.
love the fact you like. I love how you sound like the old folks. Sometimes we got to go lay eyes on them real quick.
Yes, yes. I just had to lay my eyes on her and reach out and touch her, give her a
Okay.
hug for her.
Yes. Listen, you better. You
Yeah.
better. So the question is, Crystal, what was the inspiration for you to write your chapter in the book?
Whew. The transition from being an educator to a restaurant frying chicken, frying French fries, taking orders. Was a huge transition for me, and it made me feel like I wasn't connected to the education world after spending 17 years of my life there as a career. And so when Monique brought the opportunity to just share my experience with that, it allowed me to feel connected to the education world again. So that was my inspiration for wanting to do this project.
Okay. All right. It was. I mean, we could take that.
That's it.
I
Now,
see I was about to say. I was going to answer. Then I saw Crystal. I got excited.
no, but I got to tell you how I met Crystal. You gonna laugh.
Oh, okay.
This is better than how I met Adia. Crystal and I was at the same school, and Crystal have a son. Well, actually, let me rewind that back. I used to go and hide out in her office because I didn't want to do no work because I was over testing. Just saying, allegedly.
Yes, please, allegedly. They can't do nothing to us now, though, at this point. I mean,
Ah!
But from that point, then she came in one day and was like, I got a son that got to get out. He be getting out of my house. I was like, we got connects to HBCUs. We're not going to put him out. And so that's how we connected. And, her son is doing extremely well. He was actually one of our first, ABC college bound kids from this area.
Okay.
So that's how. So I told how I met everybody.
Okay, good. All right, so I want to say for me, my inspiration behind this particular chapter, and because now, and mind you all ladies, that Monique caught me right as I was wrapping up and sending my book to the publisher and the printer at the time. So I would say that for me, the inspiration behind my section really became a place of gratitude and responsibility. I wanted to both honor the journey, not just my own journey as an educator, but the people who poured into me when I didn't even believe in myself at the time. I didn't even think I could be an educator at that point. I always said that education didn't find me. I found myself through education. So writing this chapter was a way of documenting some of that discovery. And I guess I wanted to really give voice to the parts of the educator story that don't always get amplified, to make the highlight reels. Sometimes I think in my section, I talk about some of the rookie mistakes that we don't always talk about because they don't teach us everything in school, or who were those quiet mentors on the side who was just kind of just nodding their head and you can go to for advice, or some of those moments when you found that breakthrough, especially the breakthrough that came after the failure, when you thought you had it going on, and you realized I don't. And I had to learn from those mistakes. And finally, I think those sacred moments when a student finally sees themselves differently because of something I may have done. So those are, I would say, the inspire me moments that happen in the classroom every day for me. So yeah, there you go.
Okay, I like that plug. Inspire Me is actually the name of his book, guys.
Ah, did you catch it? You caught it. You caught it.
You know, he tried to drop that on the slide. I get it. We got your commercial, Anthony. You have to do that now. But his commercial is always on the lineup. And you know, I decided to do the project for many reasons because I just felt as much as my teachers loved me in some way, that it was my way to give back. And leading to our next question, I actually will kick it off. Our next question is, what teachers impacted you in your chapters? I have three. One is my kindergarten teacher, who I still sometimes reach out to, Ms. Mildred Rogan. The second is Miss Constance Beal, Connie Beal. She was my saving grace in elementary school because I was a unique child. I won't call myself bad. I just say I was unique. And she would, I think she just would give me detention or lunch detention just so I could sit and not get in trouble at recess. But I love being in Miss Beal's space because she would just, you know, hey, look, get it together. And she was the first teacher to call my dad. Most teachers called mom. They didn't get it. I was, you know, I love my mom, but my mom was a nurturer. My dad was more disciplinary. And Ms. Beal knew that. And then last would be Mr. Doug Toes, who taught me how to stand out with my musical abilities and know that a singer is not just a person that can sing one thing. You got to know how to do it all. And so I wanted a creative way to thank them, but also create a space for other educators to have a voice. So that's why we have Voices of Education.
I love that.
So now we got to go around table, hear what they got to say. I read y'all chapters, so I know if you done switched out on me or not.
Girl, I know.
Well, I had two. I don't know if I had a third. I can't remember, but two that stand out is Miss Montgomery Jackson and Miss Ray Rafford. Miss Ray Rafford was my second grade teacher. Miss Montgomery Jackson was my fourth grade teacher. Miss Ray Rafford taught me discipline. And she said, if you don't learn anything else in my classroom, you're going to learn how to behave. You're going to learn discipline. And that has carried me all my life because discipline is so important in so many different aspects of life. You have to be disciplined, you know, to eat right, to lose weight, to, you know, manage your bills, to, you know, manage life is so important, discipline. And then Miss Montgomery Jackson, she taught me probably discipline as well, but it was just a pleasure to be around her because she taught also like style and grace. And I had the opportunity to actually be taught from her, but actually teach her as well and be taught from her as a teacher because I was able to go back to my elementary school and teach fourth grade right next door to Miss Montgomery Jackson. So it was such a pleasure. And she actually called on me to teach her because right when I started teaching there at that school, was the transition from like paper everything when you used to submit your attendance and things like that on, you know, on paper, and the clerks would come around at 10 o'clock every day to collect your attendance. And then we transitioned to computers, you know, and having to complete your attendance on the computers. And so I hear her in my head right now calling my name, Cross, for me to come across the hall to help her submit her attendance on this computer, you know, because she was now reaching, you know, like the end of her career. And, you know, all of these years, yeah, you know, she's been submitting attendance on paper. And now she got to log into the computer and put a code in and all of this stuff. And so it was a pleasure to actually learn from her as a teacher and then to be able to teach her as a teacher as well.
Wow.
That's cool.
All right. Come on, LaTanya, what you got?
I do. Yes. The first, I think I mentioned this in the book, so Monique, don't get on me if I switch it up, because I know for certain that my first teacher was my mother.
Yeah.
I think she just she really just made me interested in education, just the way that she would um bring forth books for me to read. I mean, I had books in my house everywhere. I never had to question, I never had to go to the library. There was always something, some story to tell, and she brought the stories alive when she read them to me. And then also my grandmother. And I realize that this is unconventional because I'm not talking about classroom teachers, but at the same time, you know, um, the importance of starting the education even before you enter into the classroom, I just think um, is so important. Uh, I developed a love for learning, a love for reading, a love for writing, um, very very early on, and I passed that on to my kids. I have a daughter who now what has a master's degree in literacy, and she's a teacher, and she also works in higher ed, and my second son is also a PhD student, and he wants to become a professor. All of this because of that little seed that was planted when I was 4 or 5 years old. Um, and of course, moving through K-12, I've had lots and lots of teachers that have made an impact. But I think for moving forward in my life, I realized that education started at home, and I implemented that in our home. So I would definitely say that, yeah, mom and grandmother.
That's
Well,
good.
I'm just gonna jump in real quick and say, Tanya, listen, that's part of my mantra whenever I get in front of teachers or educators or even families. I'm always saying that a child's first teacher
For the parents.
are their parents. It may not be the formal setting that we are thinking
Hmm.
about, even with this, but somebody had to teach us how to wipe our nose, how to go to the bathroom, how to write our name, to learn some simple numbers, some sight words, some letters. It was a lesson
It was.
Yes.
to help us get us ready for when we go into Miss Cross's class, or somebody else like that. So mom, grandmom, and them, come on, first teachers,
All
shout
day.
out to them all the time. Anyway, all right, let's go. Come on, what you got, V. Lewis? What you got? Who was those teachers?
Well, it's hard to follow that because I do believe that your first teaching comes from home. However, for me, as far as education goes, getting into education, I have to credit that to my 10th grade, and she was also my 12th grade history teacher,
Ooh,
Mrs. Powell. Uh, she was my first African American history teacher. But all that time, I never had for social studies an African American teacher.
Oh wow.
And so for 10th grade, of course, she was my uh, teacher, but it was 12th grade when I got into her African American history class, is when I was really inspired by that entire class. That's why my focus for my degrees have been African American women studies. And so Miss Powell, she made history come alive for me because
ooh,
a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like social studies. It's so boring. It's so boring." But I was always just inspired by history. But Miss Powell told me, and she was the first person that really planted that seed that we make history every day. And in order to know where we're going, in order to be successful in life, we have to know the past. Um,
That's
we
true.
can't erase our past. And she told me, and I'll never forget, and I say this the same thing to my students, that America doesn't have a pretty past. It's ugly, especially for us as African Americans, but it's our past. And how do we know to do better and be better and strive for better is to know the past. And so Miss Powell is my inspiration for education.
Okay, come on, Miss Powell.
Yes.
You
Love
better
it.
be out here for 10th grade and 12th grade.
Yes.
All right. You know we was coming to you.
She gonna sit there quiet.
I did. I'm a quiet person. No, so my path to education is definitely different. Like my major in college was criminal justice. I was going to law school, or I was going into the WNBA because that was around the time the WNBA was like just kicking off or whatever. So in my mind, like education was like the furthest thing from it. I interned with the Department of Juvenile Justice. And, life happened. I ended up getting married and, had my first son. And so my husband was like, well, why don't you try subbing for a while? And I just never went back into criminal justice. And then, so the teacher that most influenced me was actually my high school English teacher, Abby Northup. I will never forget her. She was like the most goth teacher I've ever seen, like always dressed in black, long hair, long nails, like most people would think that, she was weird or whatever, but I absolutely loved being in Miss Northup's class, and she pushed us all the time. And like, standing on the chairs, captain, like all of that stuff, like stuff that engages kids, that was Miss Northup to the T. And so when I did end up going into education, my first thought was I'm going to do English. And that was because of Miss Northup.
And she was like a Miss James was a bang up science teacher though. Like when she was a science teacher, and it was like Miss Frizzle's class when she was when she taught science at the school we was at. It was like cruising down on Main Street every time we went in her classroom.
Oh wow. All right, so I would say for me, let's see. Let me do this because we didn't lost Crystal there for a second. Let's do that. All right. For me, I would say, all right, so I got 3 quick ones, I think. Monique, if you don't stop, this is what happens live. Stop pushing buttons.
I didn't touch no more buttons, I promise.
Stop pushing buttons, y'all. Y'all have to forgive her. Sometimes she just get a little too antsy. So for me, I would say there were 3. One was his name was Mr. Al Patillo. He was like the model of representation and integrity. Now, then listen, understand that Mr. Patillo was my 4th grade teacher, the first Black male educator I ever encountered.
What school was this at?
This is when I was in elementary school.
Oh.
And he had a very quiet strength. He was patient. He was an example of Black manhood and education. I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what is this? But he left a lasting impression on my life. He modeled what culturally responsive teaching looked like before that term even existed. Showing you that that intellect, that empathy, and dignity could coexist in the classroom. And his mentorship was everything to me. He planted a seed of possibility that later grew into my own calling to teach and lead. I think in my own words, I would say that, and I pulled this from another resource, you didn't have to wear a cape to be a hero. Okay, he gave me my first glimpse of what a culturally responsive classroom could really feel like, because he was really engaged. He also represents legacy and brotherhood. And mind you, I later discovered that we both are members of the same fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And so that connection deepened our understanding that education, leadership, and service are generational callings. I think the second person is actually and also another fraternity brother. He was my catalyst who kind of pushed me into the calling of why. Now, Dr. Wallace, sometimes he would get on my everlasting nerve, but he was an educator whose classroom, when I first went into his classroom as a substitute teacher. I subbed for him one day. He was a math teacher. I know nothing about math, but I subbed for him in the math class. He was teaching, junior high school, and that experience shifted my trajectory. And the one thing that he saw something in me, and I was amazed. He came back and he reaffirmed, and he said, "Anthony, you're already doing the work. You just haven't claimed the title. You're already doing the work. You just haven't claimed the title." Not to say that I had to have the title of teacher, but I was already doing the work. And so that moment stayed with me, and that was a moment of awakening. And he helped me see that I was already walking in my purpose long before I realized it. And the third person I would say is Mr. Fred Thomas, and he was my assistant principal when I was in junior high school. He was my bridge to higher education. And Mr. Thomas helped me connect me to my next opportunity. Again, I tell people all the time, I was stuck on stupid and parked on dumb. I was not supposed to go to college, but
Me too.
Fred Thomas he was a Bethune-Cookman alum, and he recommended me for college admission, and he became a key figure in helping me to access higher education. Again, because I didn't think I knew anything about that. And so through him, Mr. Thomas helped me symbolize the power of advocacy and the kind of educators who just don't teach, but vouches for students when it matters the most.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. So we have to take a short commercial break, and I think we probably need to hear this Inspire Me commercial. It's actually one of my favorites. We play it every show. So right after this, I got some more questions with our wonderful guests.
What if your greatest breakthrough was on the other side of your story? Inspire Me Moments, Living Out Loud with No Regrets by Anthony Harris Brown isn't just a memoir, it's a mirror, a movement, and a map to becoming who you were meant to be. Through raw honesty, spiritual insight, and empowering reflections, you'll unpack your past, embrace your scars, and rise stronger. This book is for the dreamers, the educators, the men learning to breathe again, the women reclaiming their worth, and the leaders who lead with heart. You'll find real stories of trauma and triumph, tools for healing, and moments that remind you, the cape was never in the closet, it's always been in you. Inspire Me Moments. Live out loud with no regrets and all heart. Get your copy today everywhere books are sold.
So yes, that is our own Mr. Anthony Harris Brown. Can't say H because if you look it up by the H, you're not gonna find it on Amazon. So Anthony Harris Brown would inspire me, and those are really good nuggets that has actually helped me as well. So kudos, Mr. Brown. So our next question for our fabulous team that I know the screen just went black. Sorry, guys. The next question I have for you all, if you could summarize the power of education in one word, I know, the power of education in one word, what would that word be? And this, if you like me, because I know Adia probably got the same, if not more years, I'm at 25 years this year. And some of the stuff that I probably could turn a blind eye to or just let it roll off the back of my shoulders. Now it's no, I'm not. Before we went on, I was y'all, I don't even do coaching. I don't do anything. 4:29 and 59 seconds, I'm out the door. But, I guess the one word that sum up for me, I guess it would be empowered. Because I think throughout my career, and even, when I don't do things that are in the educational aspect, I still feel like I have to empower everybody around or make them feel empowered or give them a voice. And I always go for the underdog too. So that's my word.
Okay, come on, empower. And listen, real quick before anybody else responds, real quick, for those who are just not watching us, again, you are watching, a better chance for youth futures. We're talking about education matters, and we're also here talking about voices of education. You have an opportunity to meet the authors of this brand new book that just released recently, and join us in the chat. You can continue the conversation if you want to. And you can, if you want to add value in the chat, whether you're watching us right now on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, what is that one word that can describe the power of education? But anyway, I digress. I had to do a quick little promo.
They gave a Stonewall again.
I'll go. And I'm gonna say knowledge. That's my one word for education, knowing and knowledge.
Okay.
Why you choose that word though?
I chose that word because I'm not trying to make this a Bible study, but my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And so I was speaking with someone today actually, and they were asking about things that's going on in government, things that's going on in our country today and other countries, and I began to trace steps of the past today.
Come on,
don't play. She be like,
come on.
I'm not gonna give you a history lesson or a Bible study lesson, but
you could.
It's a daily gospel network. It's not like we'd be out of it.
You're right. But as a historian, a lot of the things that have happened in the past lines up with the prophecy that is to be fulfilled in the Bible. And so knowledge is very important, because just having a conversation about something that's going on right now, you get a lot out of that and a better understanding of why things are happening today.
Okay,
preacher.
Come on, knowledge. She said knowledge is power.
We got Latanya on the praise team, so it really could have church.
Yeah, come on.
Come on now. We can have church. We can have church now.
Just saying, like it would not be out of the norm.
Don't do it.
Glory to God. All glory to God.
Yes.
I'll go next.
Yes.
I would say options. I would say possibilities. Because there are just so many, there's so many different things that you can do once you do have that knowledge, right? You have choices. You have ways of you're not stuck doing just one particular thing. One of the main things that I think that students should get out of a good education is the ability to think critically. And that critical thinking skill allows you to think outside of the box, allows you to go down so many different paths. We don't have to just do one thing. So I love that education brings possibilities.
Okay, so let me go back real quick. So Monique said, what was Monique's word?
I don't know what I said.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Somebody go hear that.
Empower.
Empower. Yeah. Possibilities. Knowledge. Okay, somebody.
I remember hers and not my own.
So I'm gonna go next. and I'm gonna say transformative.
No!
Because yes, being able to be that change maker in the lives of the students that we come across.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
Ooh,
that was good.
Come on,
powerful. That's powerful.
I was gonna say power, but Monique said empower, because piggybacking off of Miss Lewis, knowledge is power. So that was a word that I would I would say power.
Okay.
Power. Okay, look at y'all coming up with these magnificent things. Anthony, did you give a word?
I was going to say transformation as well, but okay. But so I had to think on it real quick. So let me. So okay. So I heard the empower, power, transformation, knowledge. I mean, it just okay. So I guess I would go with education at it at its best is liberation.
Hmm.
It frees people.
It
It
does.
frees you from the limitations, from the fear, from the ignorance, from
Wow.
the systems that in some places and cases was never designed for us to win.
Oh,
And I'm talking about us.
Go ahead, preacher.
I'm just saying, liberation. It's a word that. Oh God, come on! It speaks to both the personal
Yes.
and the collective power of learning to know yourself, to love yourself, to claim your voice, and to shape your future. Yeah, it's gonna take you to the next level.
That's good. And it does. Honestly, I can agree with every last word that each of you all have said. And then I'm reflecting back and how it applies to like things that are going on now in education.
Mm.
And I know I joke a lot and I play a lot, but in all seriousness, there is no way with the things that are going on now. So I commend people like, Miss Lewis, that is still teaching history and social studies, because I know I would be in trouble every day. And I think the only person on here who has probably witnessed my classroom and the most unique things that I did in the classroom would be Miss James, and she probably tell you like we did both. If I was going to talk about your version of history, I was going to include mine too. If I was going to give a poem that you wanted me to learn, because that's what your curriculum say, I was going to give one of mine too. So,
because you gonna hear the whole story. You ain't gonna. We gonna give you the whole story.
That
so
part.
You can make an informed decision. We don't just tell you half of the story.
And that's why I'm like, oh, I just can't be in the classroom. I know I couldn't, because I would get in trouble, because that's just that was me. I was militant then. I'm militant now, but I'm just using it in a different way.
Wow.
That makes sense. So before we wrap it up here, I really, really, really want for our final moments, but I gotta take a commercial because I want them to think. But after this commercial, we're gonna come back, and our final moment, each of our authors, which I'm so proud of, whether they're newly published, started published, or found a hitting voice within themselves. Like, I'm so proud of each and every one of you all, because I know y'all was like, we're not gonna get this done. This is what Monique got us doing here. But I read each of you all's chapters, and I had learned some new facts about some of y'all. And but what I want you to do in your final moment is I want you to talk about yourself as an educator. And some of the words that we use while we were describing our voice in education all applied to me. I had to go through a transformative thing within myself in order to become Dr. Monique Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny. I'm trying not to cry because I'm not a crier.
It'll make you feel better. Mm-hmm.
But if you knew my story in education, and from an humble beginning of a child who was not supposed to graduate, was not supposed to do many things, and you look at the story and the things that God has allowed me to accomplish now. And, if you read the dedication of the book, the dedication I wrote like 10 times over and over again. And Latanya mentioned it. Your parents are your first teachers. My parents are educators. My parents have been, they're retired educators, and everybody who meet my parents call them their parents too. So In that dedication, I literally cried my eyes out because I thought about the humble beginning as a child that had to sit in the IEP meeting and tell the teachers, I'm not dumb. I just don't want to learn in your class. Or as a child in, high school that sat there when the proficiency test went out and sat there, with my mom and the counselor, like, she ain't trying to go to college. Where's she going to go? Not with these grades. And then when you look back at all you've been through and you're able to just say, look, God, I have a voice. And that's how we came up with the title of the book, Voices of Education. I have a voice. I'm going to tell my story so that it'll open doors for other people to understand that we are Black, we are educated, and we have a voice. So after this commercial, it's tag, my team hit, and I'll probably cry and come back smiling.
Are you interested in attending an historically Black college or university? Hello, my name is Robert Mason. I'm president and founder of the Common Black College application. Our application allows students to apply to over 50 historically Black colleges and universities at the same time for only $20. HBCU graduates have been some of the most renowned individuals in their respective fields since the late 1800s. In addition to that, our faculty and staff are truly committed to your success, and they have a vested interest in seeing that you do well. That, coupled with the academic rigor and the fact that you will establish lifelong relationships, are just some of the many benefits of your attending an historically Black college or university. So if you're interested in completing the Common Black College app, visit our website at commonblackcollegeapp.com to apply now. Thank you, and get educated.
Looking for inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ? Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Welcome back, and I have been enjoying this hour with the featured authors in our new book, Voices of Education, inspiring stories from teachers, educators from all faces of this life. And if you are watching or catching the replay or catching it on BuzzFeed, which will be on Apple Music, Spotify, any of those other platforms, please drop us a link. And if you are interested in purchasing the book, message us and let us know which author you are supporting, and we will get your book out to you. Now, people who have bought the book during pre-sale, your book should be arriving this week. I do know that somebody on here has a book. I don't know if he's going to share his or not. Even I haven't gotten mine yet. Maybe I need to go check out the delivery people. But definitely, I do appreciate each and every one of our authors. And drop them a line. I see V. Lewis got her. Somebody made a comment already for her in the chat.
Oh, yes. She said somebody's talking about Vane Thomas. He wanted to give you a shout out.
Oh.
She's like, Vane Thomas said, you better speak. I told you she a preacher. Preacher. I'm just So I don't know who wanna go first, and as we do our final moments, tell us your story, whether you have a business or whether you after you take care of your reasoning on why, tell us what else you have going on, because we like to know. See, we got to call them out. They don't ever want to cooperate, Anthony. I don't know what's wrong with this group of ladies.
OMG.
And you know what? And one of them graduated from Virginia Union, so I know she talked. And then other one,
who went to VUU? Okay, let's go, because I'm actually going to your campus later on this month. I'm gonna pop up.
Y'all could do a book signing, get some books and sign it and take pictures.
Oh, that would be neat.
Is that where you are? Are you there now?
Yes, I'm in Richmond.
Really? So I'm coming to Richmond at the end of the month. for a conference, for
Okay.
an educator conference.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Well,
girl, we got to connect. We got to link up and take a photo.
I'm coming.
Yes. I don't know if you were invited.
We outside.
You crashed the party.
Listen, I'm sorry. I done forgot what the question was. I done forgot what the question was.
See, you can't act right. They can't act right. The question was, tell us about yourself and what programs you have coming up next in this realm of writing. Like, what you got going on?
Oh, let me go. I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. I'll be back. I'm gonna go. I think I have my book in the car. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I am currently an 8th grade English teacher, and I have a couple books out. So my first one, I have them here with me. It's called If These Bleachers Could Talk. Okay, so this one, it's called Tales from Behind the Bench, If These Bleachers Could Talk. And this one is about the wife of a football coach and how you're on that coaching carousel, because you never know, like, one day you could have the job of your dreams and then you might be moving. Okay. And then this one is called Mama I Wanna. And then I have another one. It's called Everything Has a Purpose. That's also a children's book, but I don't have that one with me. And I have a STEM business with my twin sister, and it's called Twins in STEM. And we have activity books, and right now I'm working on our subscription box. And then on top of that, I am a volleyball coach, and I am currently working on my national boards. So I'm busy.
Yay. I love it. I love that for you. Like, I mean, because part of the goal, honestly, of this project too, is to highlight some of the things that you do, as well as, some people see you, oh, that's the teacher, that's all they do is teach. Some of the kids even think that too. All you do is you're just in the building. I'm like, no, I have a life. Don't seem like it, but I do. So who want to go next?
I'll go. I am an 8th grade U.S. history teacher. And I am also a coach. I coach 4 sports, girls basketball, tennis. That's my love. That's my joy right there, tennis. I coach volleyball, and I am a track coach, specifically hurdles and pole vault. I have been procrastinating. So many people have spoke into my life that I need to write, and it is a strong desire of mine. I'm gonna get with Monique now a little later so that we can go. She can help me get this project rolling, because I don't have a whole bunch of books or anything to show you. This is all I have, Voices of Education. But it's a start. And again, I am very grateful for this start. So I want to get, there's a title, there's chapters that's burning within me that I already has been a part of my everyday thought process, really, with the project that I want to do. And so I need to start because I've procrastinated enough. And I have time now, I coach and I'm teaching, but I also have time to write because I was in school doing my master's. I was doing all of that, coaching and teaching. So now that I'm not doing any of that, just those 2 things, I do.
Graduate?
Huh?
I don't know. I'm saying, yay, graduate.
Yeah. I graduated last summer. But yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to start writing.
Awesome. Anthony's back, and I believe Crystal is back as well. So I don't know who's going next out of the 3 of you all.
Sure, I'll go next. I am an academic advisor at a university. I advise for business students, and my heart is definitely with the freshmen, the ones that are just coming in. So I'm kind of taking on some extra responsibilities just so that I can be a part of that experience of new student orientation, as well as a staff senator, which means that I get a chance to impact the environment in which we work as higher ed professionals. um Projects that are coming up, this is my first time ever being published, publishing a book, but I have had a songwriting publishing contract at one point. And as of late, I think, just because of doing this and kind of getting back into my life, I'm starting to write again. So I'm writing songs, and I don't know what's gonna come of it. I don't know if I'm gonna do another album, but you know, um, the likelihood of at least contributing to a new album is probably pretty good. So that's what I'm doing.
What? Wait, she said she got to write music. Like, hold on.
Yeah, she lead the praise team.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
Wait a minute, Latanya. Hold on. Do we need to get an A selection out of you real quick before we leave out of here?
Now, hold on. Oh, I think it's Dr. Crystal Cross's turn. Excuse me.
No.
That's some static.
I think we can. Yeah, your microphone's still on. I think we can get an A selection out of you.
You know what?
If you can hunt, you can hear.
She's like,
She said she was a
Behind you
songwriter.
here.
She didn't say she was a singer.
Just sing.
she can sing
Wow.
though.
Wow.
I was just trying to help.
Look me up from old school. Look me up on iTunes.
Uh-oh. She told you, Mr. Brown. She said, look me up.
Well, all right then. All right, so when she's not dropping fries or making some church punch, or and whenever she decides she gonna come back to the classroom or back to the building one day, y'all, let's find out what's going on in Crystal's life.
It is all in God's timing, okay? Because none of this was my plan. When you talk about following God's plan for your life and surrendering, that's my story. So I completely surrendered. I was removed from the classroom. I didn't leave by choice. But right now I just opened not a second location, but just a different location. So we moved locations from one place to another. And so I'm just kind of focusing on that. And I am being pushed in my back almost once or twice a week to write a cookbook. So I am working on getting this cookbook finished so Monique can stop threatening me.
I don't know why y'all making me like a bad person. I don't threaten people. I just push y'all to do stuff.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said I was being threatened
I
weekly.
just need some more vegetarian options on the menu. That's all I need.
Well, we got mac and cheese, we got yams, we got, greens, we have, veggie with pita, we got French fries with cheese, that's not enough for you. I am working
And she was right
on
around
a
the corner
veggie.
from me, so I was in there.
Yeah!
I'm working on a veggie burger. I am.
Okay.
For you, Mr. Brown.
All right.
I'm working on a veggie
Not
burger.
till May.
So when I get off the plane in May, I'm coming over there because you're in Cibolo.
We're in Shirts now. The food truck is in Cibolo. The restaurant is in Shirts.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Not far from each other?
Not far, like 6 minutes.
There we go.
Yes. So that's what I'm working on, y'all.
Wow. All right. Well, listen, I can just say real quick, it's been a pleasure to be here on this podcast and this screening with all of these wonderful, talented, amazing, beautiful ladies. Thank you so very much. Listen, there's the book right here, Voices of Education, the anthology. not volume 1. So I guess because we said volume 1, I guess that means a volume 2 is coming.
Of course.
Talking about, again, inspiring stories and strategies from classroom innovators. Again, from all of these educators you heard here on this screen, we've been able to share some strategies and some best practices. The people who are in our neighborhood, our community, who help us make a difference, to kind of ground us into who we are today. We talk about topics like owning my teaching journey, the importance of work-life balance. Come on, that's important. Oh my gosh. The teacher who shaped my path, the rookie mistakes and the real lessons. I love the fact that Dr. Robbins talks about the data that drives us and the lessons the hard way. I love the fact, Ms. James talks about legacy in motion and the sister circle. There are so many conversation points in here that you can glean from if you are a brand new educator, all the way up to that one who's like, listen, I'm about to go in and fold in the towel, and I done did my 30 plus years, and I want to go back, and I want to just kick back and read. Matter of fact, it's October. It's National Book Month. So why not curl up with a great book and have a chance and hear some stories from some other educators? So again, Amazon right now. If you want to go purchase one online, you can go to Amazon right now. If not, Monique is going to make sure she drops the link in the chat. So if you want to actually purchase at a lower rate, and you can actually support any of these amazing writers, authors right here on the screen. And as Monique said earlier, what else are we working on? OMG! So I just dropped my very first book called Inspire Me Moments, Living Out Loud with No Regrets. We've actually dropped Father's Day weekend. So it's all about, it's a living memoir. Yes, I tell the story. I tell the story about all of the things. I'm just gonna give y'all this one right now because you wouldn't believe it unless I told you and I showed you the pictures. You're talking to a person who has been transformed. We're talking about transformation and living out loud and that liberation, being free. How about, I'm gonna give you this one, and you have to buy the book to read the whole story. I used to be 450 pounds. I sit before you now on this virtual screen at 150 pounds. Come on, somebody. That's the praise report right there. So, memoir of stories, reflections, and a roadmap for walking in purpose. I'm living my best life at 55. So now I get to go out. Listen, I used to tell people all the time, I used to get in trouble for talking too much. Now I get paid to talk. I turned my purpose into my passion. No, I turned my passion into my purpose, and my purpose into my paycheck. My next speaking engagement will be in Richmond, Virginia. I'll be speaking at the National Family Engagement Conference at the Richmond Marriott Hotel at the end of the month. So if you just happen to be in town, holler at your boy, but don't yell. For more information about what we do, how we do, when we do, hey, hit me up at my website at aharrisbrown.com, and you can follow along. And I would love to bring the Brotherhood Book Tour to your neck of the woods.
Awesome. So you have met all of our fabulous authors. And as Anthony said, I do have the link.
There it is! Yes!
Okay, not the round of applause. Yeah, I did. I taught kindergarten. I remember that round. So if you use this link, you actually will be supporting one of our fabulous authors. And, who knows? You might want to schedule them to come speak, come talk about their chapter, or just get to know them. I know 4 of us is actually in San Antonio. Anthony usually comes in May. Maybe we might, do a book thing by then. I don't know. But anywho, we will be doing a book signing, and you will actually get to meet us during our gala that we have every year in May. Yeah. So I've spoken into existence.
We're gonna have it with our veggie burger. I'm messing with it. And church punch, yes, come on.
Yeah, okay.
Now that we can do that church punch, but we're gonna have that veggie burger. We're gonna have it. Gotcha.
Okay.
Awesome.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and we probably will replay this a couple times this week. So if you didn't get to hear it, the first time, drop us some links the next time and support our authors because they worked extremely hard on this project. And what we have coming up in A Better Chance realm, we are right now doing a project as we lead to my alma mater's homecoming. Look at what Wilberforce did. So you will see a lot of our fabulous alums. And if you know a fabulous alum that came from the Wilberforce University, make sure you send me an email so we can shout them out on our page. And then we also are gearing up for the holidays. We have a not Toys for Tots, but toy donation thing that we will be doing with the Wonder Chamber. If you've been, I know the name is weird, but the Wonder Chamber is actually fun. It's a selfie museum, and we're doing it for a good cause. We have DJ Big Cat that will be on the ones and twos in one of the rooms at the Wonder Chamber, but we're collecting toys for a daycare, the Tanya's Angels Daycare. So we are doing that for the holidays. So that's what we got going on. So it's been real. I truly appreciate you for tuning in. And my authors, we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. That's it. That's all. Till next time.
For inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ, look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Tune in to A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show dedicated to highlighting incredible students on their quest to change the world. Join us every week as we uplift the youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. Catch A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network. Thanks for watching.